Ireland will stump up almost €19 billion to the European Union's coronavirus bailout while only getting €2 billion back in grants. Finance Minister Paschal Donohoe confirmed Dublin would be one of the EU's biggest losers from the €750 billion Pandemic Recovery Fund, dubbed Next Generation EU. The unprecedented package was concluded over 4 acrimonious days during the longest ever single summit negotiation in the bloc's history. Under the agreement, the European Commission will borrow money on international markets to hand out €390 billion in grants to pandemic-stricken states and a further €360 billion in low-cost loans. The Brussels-based executive has estimated Ireland's contribution to the fund would be €18.7 billion over the next 30 years, according to Mr Donohoe. Dublin could only be entitled to around €2 billion from the pot of non-repayable grants and could also borrow €1 billion from the fund, he added. As one of the EU's smallest countries, the agreement could cost each of Ireland's 4.9 million residents around €3,400 each. Mr Donohoe said, "It is important to remember that Ireland has benefited greatly from EU membership in economic, social, environmental and financial terms. We stand ready to demonstrate solidarity with those most in need now." Ireland has been a new contributor to the EU budget since 2014, and this position is set to grow further. Ireland's contributions are projected to increase considerably over the coming period in all scenarios as a result of economic growth in recent years. On top of the Recovery Fund, Ireland's contribution to the EU's long-term budget will also increase. Dublin will pay about €3 billion in 2021 with the figure set to rise to more than €4 billion in 2027. While the country is overwhelming pro-Brussels, critics have lashed out at the lopsided agreement backed by new Prime Minister Michael Martin. Herman Kelly, president of the Eurosceptic Irish Freedom Party, said, "After plundering Irish fishing waters to the tune of €215 billion and unjustly imposing €64 billion Franco-German bank debt on us, the EU is now in for the final kill. Heaping an additional debt liability of €18.7 billion on the third most publicly indebted country the world. Thanks Brussels, you never fail to shaft Ireland when you're in the mood for no good."